Hey, Sugar Plum Fairies, it's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's all tea, all Shay loving hip hop Miami. I was about to say loving Huntsville, Maryland. I don't know what I was about to say. Hey, y'all, I love y'all. Anywho, this is episode 6, season 5. Okay, so we begin the episode with Shay being mad at Fabo for disrespecting her mama. This fool woke up thinking he was about to get grits, bacon, and eggs, and woke up to her doing, orders for her, tea and crap that she be selling. And he says that MJ jumping in made the situation worse. And he also says that another reason why he was already upset is because Momma Dee came to him talking about she hoped that Jaya would have been her grandbaby. And so Shay is put off by that and felt like she was being disrespectful because although she knows that Momma Dee said stuff like that, but you don't go and then say that to my child's father. Like, that's just taking it way overboard. You are just out of pocket, out of line, and you need to be stopped, okay? You wildebeest, you need to be stopped. But I also felt like Shay needed to hold him more accountable for his actions. I feel like her just saying you need to talk to my mom and fix it wasn't enough. Like, he needed to get cussed out because who you talking to? And the fact that you even had the nerve, the gall, okay, the balls to even come out your mouth and disrespect my mama and curse at her says a lot about you. Because if you're cursing my mom, you'll curse at your mama and you'll cuss at me. I don't think so. So Trina is filming a commercial for some cognac that she's partnering up with. Is Trina pregnant or not? Because what is up with this weight gain or whatever with her? Or is she like going through some type of medical issue? Because I'm like, we've never seen her like this. I'm thinking maybe she might be going through some type of medical issue. Maybe that can explain the irritableness that she's been experiencing. But they had her dressed like she was a piñata. I didn't really understand what was going on. But Amada and Tip was there supporting her as well as Joy. And they both, Trina and Joy, tell them that they still mad at Bobby. So they don't know if they're going to go to Bobby's premiere party for his new single. Because Bobby be doing too much and be talking out of turn. So Tip tells Trina that she hurt Zoe's feelings and wants to reintroduce them. And Trina like, okay, girl, I guess. And it's just like, Trina, you dress like you going to a quinceañera. You have no room to be sitting up here talking some, I guess. Like, girl, you the baddest. Don't get it wrong, but you was never the biggest. Like, humble thyself. Like, please humble thyself. Like, just being nasty for no reason. Like, the girl ain't did nothing to you. She's a fan of yours. You need to be happy somebody's a fan of yours. Like, get your life in order, girl. So Suki tells her cousin Isaiah and her sister that she feels bad for going in on Bobby like she did that day at her single release party, and that she wants to sit down and talk to him and, squash the beef. Bobby is on set of a film that he's starring in. He says it's a Vivica Fox film, and he's having a premiere party for his new single called Only God Can Judge Me, or Don't Judge Me, or Judgment Day. Don't get me the line. So he says that he wants to make amends with Trina and Joy. And I'm like, child, you always making amends with Trina and Joy because you always doing too much. It's something in my eye. So he's in his trailer and he's talking to his friend, and his friend says that he's going to bring Eliza Reign. And we all know Eliza Reign as being like Future's 12th baby mama, some crap. And we found out that Eliza used to work with Bobby and Tip at a strip club back in the day. And Bobby was like, okay, I ain't seen her a minute, but I don't want it to be no issue between her and Tip because they got beef. Okay. So Amada meets at an open house Eliza. But child, the house was open, all right. But where was the open house? Like, they literally had 2 plastic champagne flutes, like 3 pieces of prosciutto, 2 pieces of ham, 2 little pieces of salami, like 2 crackers, and 1 piece of cheese. It was like, what's going on here, ma'am? Like, dang on well, this ain't no open house. Okay. So Amada is there because, she says she has real estate back in her motherland or whatever. And, she's trying to, just soak up any knowledge that she can get, because Eliza Reign is a real estate agent now. She's no longer in the club. Okay. So, we found out that Eliza used to be a bartender, a bottle girl. She was like a vixen model or whatever, did promotions and all types of club stuff. So she says that she dated Future for like 2 years, and she meant dated because she was one of many. And she just starts fake crying out of nowhere, talking about it's so hard being a single mom and everybody turned on me, and even people I thought was my friend. Who are you talking about? You know who I'm talking about. Tip. It was like the tears dried up immediately, child. And I was like, didn't nothing drop in the first place? Let me tell you, reality show girls, I'm so sick of y'all getting on television fake crying. If you don't know how to produce some tears, then stop it with the fakery. Please stop. And so Eliza says that Tip was saying her baby was a check baby when she announced that she was pregnant by Future. And we all remember Future was denying that the baby was his, and then they had to get a paternity test and all of this stuff. And Tip went online during that time and was saying that Eliza got pregnant on purpose. Now, regardless of whether or not what Tip was saying was true, it's like, why do you care? Why are you inserting yourself into this girl's life? You don't know Future, from what we know. Like, you have no skin in the game. So it's just like, you just hating, you know what I'm saying? Let her get her money up if that's what she want to do and use a baby by it. God will punish her in the end, but you involving yourself in other people's drama ain't got nothing to do with you, and you got your own issues that you need to be dealing with. Like, just mind your business. So Suki visits Bobby at his dance rehearsal, and this man got choir dancers in the background, these white men doing all these praise dancing moves and stuff. And they sit down and talk, and he admits that he threw a little shade at her and says that the OnlyFans conversation shouldn't have been brought up. Like, it was wrong place, wrong time. And so she feels like his conversation with Tip was down talking her. He was like, oh, you really feel that way? And she was like, yeah. Because she was like, basically, y'all was being hypocrites because y'all was doing the same thing. So how you gonna judge me? And I was like, she's telling the truth. Like, how you gonna talk about me, sir? How? Whether I choose today to be, prim and proper, and then the next day I decide to be ratchet and self out, that's my business. Mine, yours, Bobby, because you the last person to tell anybody about how to act. Like, let's get it together. So she then reveals to him that the reason why she had to do OnlyFans during that time is because she was struggling financially. And he feels bad, of course, and apologizes, and they make up. And I was happy with the way Suki handled herself. She apologized. She talked like she got some sense. She was being very sweet. She explained herself and allowed him to speak as well. And I was like, okay, this is growth. Okay, she had on her little house on the prairie dress and everything to make her all demure. I was like, come on, Suki. So Momma Dee and Shay's mom, I think her name is Sandra, link up to talk because they have become good Judies, surprisingly. Because Shay mama was even surprised that they became friends because she did not see it for Momma Dee in the beginning. So Momma Dee tells her, she was like, I've been hearing rumors that Shay baby daddy got like 6 kids and a wife or an ex-wife or something. And y'all was telling me that on last week's video in the comment section that word around town is that this man is married. And I was like, oh, Lord. Well, that would explain why she was hidden for 10 years and why he ain't married her and why she kept him a secret when the baby was born. It would explain a lot. So, Shay, you got some explaining to do, okay? I don't know if we getting a reunion or not. I know they're already filming season I know Atlanta is already filming. I'm assuming Miami probably is already filming again too. Probably 9 times out of 10. So we need answers on what's going on with your baby daddy because he looked like he a shyster. He looked like he cheat. So Momma Dee was like, if No, I'm sorry. So Shay mom says she feels like Shay shouldn't be with him. And I 100% agree. So Momma Dee was like, if he would say something like that to a girl mama, then he'll turn around and do the same thing to you. And I was like, preach to the choir the first time Momma Dee making some sense, because he a disrespectful. So Shay arrives and confronts Momma Dee about what she said to Fabo. And Momma Dee was like, I don't trust him. He cursed at your mama. And Shay was like, that's my man. That's my family. You can't do that. I don't get in your family business like that. And I agree. Like, mind your business. Like, yeah, we real close. Yeah, you my baby grandma and all of this stuff. But this is still my family. Like, you don't get the right to butt into my family issues. But all of that, that's my man. Girl, you was just able to say that was your man 5 seconds ago. And he ain't nothing to brag on with them slave braids. Absolutely not. And that chin strap. No. So Momma Dee was like, no wedding. I don't approve of it. It was like, you don't get a say so in this. I'm starting to think you might be Shay's biological mama and you had Sandra raise her. Maybe that's why Sandra never liked her. Like, what's going on? So what if that was true? What if that came out? Well, no, then that would be nasty because Scrappy would be her brother. But ooh, it would be something. But so, then she goes on to tell Shay that Scrappy in town, maybe they should get together and talk. And she was like, girl, Scrappy has moved on with her life, his life. I done moved on with mine. You need to get over it. So Shay starts crying and takes away Momma Dee's grandma privileges. She was like, no. So Shay get up and was like, and now I'm going home to my man. Are you sure about that? She was like, and mama, if you sit there with her, I'm not talking to you either. So she stormed off, and Momma Dee was like, go on and talk to her. I'm going to miss my flight back to Atlanta. So Shay mama follows her and was like, you know, what's wrong with you? Because I'm still waiting on my apology from him. And Shay was like, you deserve an apology. I'm going to make it happen. But she was like, you know, Momma Dee was wrong and she just needs space from her right now. And she's 100% entitled to that space for Momma Dee, because Momma Dee does do team too much. But let me say this before I go on to the next part. Ain't no way I would have been going to check Momma Dee about what he said, about what she said to Fabo before Fabo talked to my mama, because I'll get to that later. You need to be apologizing to my mama ASAP. Like that same day, it should have been an apology. Like, no, absolutely not. And that goes to show you that he is the one in control of that relationship. So Bobby's premiere party is a go. It's the night of it. And Trina comes and Joy is with her. Tip is there, honey. And I don't know if she got her outfit inspiration from Batman or Eyes Wide Shut, but she looked a Beetle Bailey mess. I don't know where she was going with this leather ensemble and these bug-eyed glasses. Then she had a cockatoo hairstyle going on, a mullet back here, short in the front. It was giving very Red Rooster. It was just doing a lot, and she looked a mess. So Tip ends up seeing Eliza. They don't speak to each other. She speaks to their mutual friend, but she ignores Eliza, and Eliza ignores her. But in her confessional, Tip says one thing about Eliza, she will step on anyone's back to get what she wants. And I'm like, did she F you over? Like, I need to know more context of why you just can't stand her, or you just don't like the way she acts, period. And if you don't like the way she acts, period, and she's never done anything to you, okay, don't deal with her. Keep it moving. You know how she is. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But we need to know if she's done something to you personally. And once again, I can see if you knew Future, or Future was your homeboy, your partner, then yeah, I expose her. But other than that, like, you act like you was about to be called as a witness in a child support case. Like, what's going on? So it's time for Bobby's performance. And he got his praise dancers. These two white men with no shirt on and some culottes coming out there swinging in the wind and shit. And then here come Bobby. They had him on a clothes rack, rolling clothes rack, or you know, like the little racks that they give you. We go into a hotel and they put your suitcases on them. He was on one of them, and then they put like a little glittery sheet on top of it. And I thought they was like gonna pull the sheet off of them, and it was gonna be a grand reveal. Y'all, Why Bobby come out the thing like this? He lift up the sheet and peeked out and then stepped out. It was like, but what was the point? This was the worst magic trick ever. So then he started to perform, and child, and I'm just looking at this outfit like, what in the Tom Jones is going on? Why does he look like Barry Manilow in the 70s performing at a Vegas strip show? Like, where is he going with this monstrosity of an outfit? And he tried to recreate the Dolce & Gabbana black dress that Lisa Vanderpump had on the Vanderpump Rules reunion. And remember when Giselle tried to make her own ghetto version of the same dress in blue for their reunion last year? Child, Bobby, stop. You're not about to give me a heart attack. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So he does his little performance or whatever. Everybody clap for him. And he then goes over to Trina and Joy and apologizes. They accept his apology because they're family. So then he takes Zoey over to speak to Trina. And when they get over there, Bobby like, Trina, this is Zoey or whatever. You know, she wanted to meet you. And Zoey says, I don't know if I'm coming up to the Mean Girls. Now, she said she was saying it as a joke, but being that y'all last experience wasn't good, that could come across as you being sarcastic or you trying to be funny. And like she goes on to say, Joy wasn't there, but you walking up and saying, I don't know if I'm coming up to the Mean Girls. That's just like me sitting next to my best friend and some girl walk up to speak to her and she's like, I don't know if I'm walking up to the Mean Girls. And I'm going to be like, what you talking about, Mean Girls? Like, what are you talking about? Like, huh? I don't even have to know what was said between y'all prior because you walking up on some other stuff. Like, I don't even know you. Like, what you talking about, Mean Girls? And I'm going to check you on behalf of my friend. You know what I'm saying? So even if she was making a joke, it just wasn't the right joke with the right people at the right time because y'all don't know each other and y'all don't know each other energy, and the energy was already off in the beginning. A simple, hey, how you doing would have been fine. Or you shouldn't have even bothered to even go speak to her again anyway because I wouldn't have been pressed. Let me just tell you that at all. So Joy was like, wait, don't say Mean Girls. And Zoey was like, you don't know what I'm talking about. She was like, you wasn't there. I don't know if you're looking for a moment. And Joy was like, a moment? Like, why would I be looking for a moment? And I can honestly say that Joy don't be looking for no moment. Joy was simply on some, what you talking about? Like, huh? Who are you and why are you saying that? So Zoey was like, I don't even know you. And Joy was like, I don't know your big ass either. Not funny. So Zoey was like, what you're doing right now is proving my point. You quick to be a chihuahua and this, you quick to be a chihuahua and this has nothing to do with you. I don't agree that her point was proven. Y'all was going back and forth and she called you a big ass. Okay. It is what it is. Y'all arguing. So Trina gets up and blocks Joy. So Joy won't go and hit her or something. I don't know what Joy thought she was gonna do. Girl, that lady's a sumo wrestler. She will sit on you, Joy. Sit down. So something ends up happening. I don't know if Joy like threw her drink at her or something, but security breaks them up and separates them. So Zoey on one side of the room, surrounded by security, and Trina is standing in front of Joy. And security, I guess, is standing in front of them. So Zoey was like, they think they gonna bully me. And Joy was like, who want to bully you? What the F are you talking about? You the one that came over here with the mean girl ish. And I feel like Zoey has a chip on her shoulder where she thinks everybody is out to get her because she's gone through so much and she doesn't have a good support system. And considering what happened between her and Trina, I think that further put a bad taste in her mouth. So Zoey was like, I wasn't talking to you. You're a nobody. I was talking to Trina B. And I was like, Joy is a somebody, just like you're somebody, but we know more about Joy than we do you, love. So Joy tries to step past Trina and security. And Zoey was like, even if you come around, you know you can't beat me up. And I ain't see Trina say a word. Like normally Trina get, jiggy with it and be like, be who you talking to, and get to do all that fast talking Trina like to do when she get mad. But she was just simply standing there like, see, this is why I didn't want to come in the first place. Like, I think she didn't want that smoke either because she wasn't trying to get sit on. Like, girl, Bobby, before she leaves out, Bobby was on the mic and was like, Zoey, we not doing it. And Zoey was like, don't tell me what we're not doing when that hoe disrespected me. And Bobby was like, but that's still my family. And Zoey was like, all y'all can jump in. I don't give a F. And Bobby was like, no, you're ungrateful as F. Now she got to go. Because she was just being really combative. And now she was coming at Bobby. And once again, like I said, she was just doing too much in that moment. The whole thing was just a mess and a miscommunication. And you just got to know how to address certain people and come into situations in the right way. And once again, I wouldn't even went over there and spoke to Trina, period. Like I said, she leaves. Then Bobby goes over to Eliza and speaks. And she was like, you did a good performance or whatever. And Tip is standing right there, I guess waiting for her moment. And Bobby was like, what's up? We all used to be friends. Like, I don't know what the problem is. And Eliza was like, no, Tip was like, I don't have a problem. And Eliza was like, you do have a problem with me. You have a lot to say about me when I was pregnant and after I had my child. And so Tip in her confessional was like, I did speak out against Eliza, but for good reason. She's a scammer, a user, and a manipulating AB. And I got all the receipts to prove it. Okay, so don't sit up here and say you ain't got no issue with her when you're blatantly going after her. It's a reason why. Are you jealous of her? Are you mad at her? Like, what's going on? Did she do something to you? Like, we need more backstory, because other than that, you're looking obsessed. Why are you so obsessed with me? Are you mad that you ain't get pregnant by Future? Like, what's going on? So Tip was like, I went online and told the truth. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were talking about you and Future that night. We had the party. You came to G5 after 2 years of not being able to get pregnant. You said, Tip, I'm about to take some hormone pills. And Eliza was like, you're full of ish. And Tip was like, you went and got a DNA test before you even had the baby because you didn't know if it was the man from Ohio or Future's baby. So Eliza was like, you're lying. Eliza in her confessional say Tip is being foul because she's not happy with her situation. She has to be in the club 5 days a week. And me, I'm past that life. You sell cootie cat and I sell homes. And I was like, oh, okay, girl. So Eliza was like, you've been hating since day one. And Tip was like, hating on what? And Eliza was like, girl, listen, your son sees you on the internet. And Tip was like, he sure do. And you suck for free in public. And so Eliza does that and leaves. And I was like, what is happening here that you would say he sure do? Like, what? Wait a minute, Tip. I don't know what's going on with Tip, but Tip has been on some hater type time. She had issues with gunplay. Now she got issues with Eliza. She got issues with Suki. And every issue is always about her running her mouth and having something to say about somebody. So maybe it is a situation where she not happy with her life and what's going on in it. I would be mad too if I'm in my mid 30s or however old she is and I'm still stripping. Like, maybe I would be mad too, child. I don't know, but I need for her never to wear them glasses and that hairstyle together ever again. You guys, if you have not looked at my skincare routine video, it is up right now. Y'all been begging for me to do these kind of videos. And then when I do it, only 5 people watch. And then that's why I don't do it. I also filmed a Black Barbie full coverage makeup tutorial. I go in depth in detail on all the products that I use. Okay. That video will be up tomorrow or today. I don't know. Check my channel. And then also this week I'm dropping an Ask Me Anything video. I can't wait for you all to see that. You all sent me a bunch of questions that you wanted to know more about me, and I answered them. So make sure y'all check out that as well. And please support this makeup tutorial because I worked so hard on it. It took me a few hours to film and a few hours to edit. So please don't let it be all in vain, you guys. Please support and watch. I do this stuff for you, okay? I'm here for you. I will die for you. Hey, tell me if you want me to. I'm about to go watch Purple Rain. Yes. Okay, y'all. I love you. And I'm going to give this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami. It was good. I'm going to give it an A. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it down below in the comments section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.